Can I explain what dispensationalism is to the audience?
Go ahead.
Okay, so dispensationalism is a view in evangelical world, of which I'm very sympathetic towards, that God has an unfolding plan for the end times. Dispensationalism is typically what is called pre-trib, pre-millennial, which means that there is a rapture, meaning that God will bring home his faithful in a pre-tribulation, pre-millennialist, before the reign of Christ, 1,000 years over earth, to heaven before the 7 years of trial and difficulty. The debate is this, everybody, in Christianity, and Catholicism is very clear. The question is, when Israel is mentioned, is it the metaphorical Israel or is it the literal Israel? And so part of Christianity, mostly Catholicism, who I have great respect for, my wife was baptized Catholic, they would say that Israel becomes the church in the New Testament.
I would say most Reformed as well.
Yeah, Reformed Baptist, 5-point Calvinists, some of which...
Presbyterians.
Sure, but let me just finish, okay?
Go ahead.
Whereas more the view I'm sympathetic towards is that the scriptures are very prophetic towards a literal and direct meaning, and that the nation and the reconstitution of the nation of Israel actually has a place in God's plan for us on this planet. It's not a metaphorical, it's a literal playing out of God's plan. Yes,
and
final point, yes.
My response to that would be that there are pretty much the entire New Testament, verse after verse, that goes against that position. Matthew 3:9, for example, Romans 9:6, Matthew 21:43, Revelations 2:9, Revelations 3:9, Galatians 3:28, John 8:39, Ephesians, it's all over the place.
Right, and there are equally as many verses that could be on the other side. That's why I'm not a theologian. I just know what everyone believes, and I tilt towards one way or the other. I'm not here to prove you wrong on that, despite what the sign says, because I says if you still take Jesus as Lord, then you and I are going to see each other in heaven. Here's my whole opinion on the end times, everybody. Pre-trib, post-trib, I'm pan-trib. It's all going to pan out on the end, okay? I'm not on the planning committee. I'm on the welcome committee of Christ's return, okay?
Well,
and I think in that way, it's not the most important thing to be discussing.
Can
Yes?
I continue just a little bit? The reason I wanted to bring all those up is because it's mainly to your support of Israel. I feel like that if you take that theology away, that cuts that from the knee. And I also wanted to read some verses from the Talmud.
You got to be, okay, so that's fine. I do want to wrap this up. However, can you tell me what the Talmud is?
It's that's like the most important book in rabbinic Judaism.
Yeah, so not totally true. So the Torah is the most important, followed by the Tanakh. Tanakh stands for Torah, Nivalim, right, and Kvetchim, which is the Torah, the writings, and the prophets. TNK, that's where you get Tanakh from. And then, after the Tanakh, comes the Talmud. Now, how many Talmuds are there?
I'm not exactly
There's
sure.
two. There's the Babylonian and the Jerusalem Talmud. Now, for every verse that you're about to read from the Talmud, and I'll give you a chance to do it, it's probably going to be about, Christ burning in a thing of excrement. There are debates with rabbis in the following verses of them disagreeing more.
Baba Messiah 24a reads that if a Jew finds an object that a Gentile goy has lost, does not have to return it.